Welcome, friends, to our Tuesday practice titled Yoga Moving Forward. So for the month of December, we are exploring the lung organ in traditional Chinese medicine metal element. And I want to just kind of keep it simple as we come through this month. And I want you to start to think of the lung energy, really literally your lungs, as breathing, functional breathing, and then also as your vital energy, your life energy. And that brings us to the place where energy naturally contracts and naturally expands. So finding the balance of both of those things. Okay, friends, welcome to class. Let's join together seated. So I have nicknamed this class Experience the Body. So tune in and see what feels good in your comfortable seat, however you want to arrange your legs. And then purposely bring yourself into a tall posture. So this idea of being able to create space for the breath. Okay. And now just drop into your natural awareness of what's here now. Breathe. All right, notice the mind. And notice the body. Okay, now let's turn our attention to functional breathing, which is in and out through the nose, and then also paying attention to the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the main muscle in healthy breathing. Okay, in through the nose, soften your belly. Light, slow exhale out through your nose. Feel your abdominals come up and in, diaphragm moving up. Just pay attention to what that feels like at the diaphragm as you breathe in and out. Okay, pause for a moment. Bring both shoulder heads forward, right? So just have a little contraction at the chest area, just acknowledging that the lungs reside in that chest cavity. So contract at the chest muscle. And then nice and easy, draw your shoulders back into neutral and sit tall again. Okay, come through that movement. Notice what you notice. Right, as you pull those shoulders forward, right, I notice that I have way more sensation on my right area, front and back, than I do on my left. Okay, and each time you return to that tall place, feel yourself lengthening back up. So give yourself time to return to that tall place. Okay, pause, just take a breath. And now we're going to move our way down onto the mat to experience a breath in the body. So maybe take a little head support as you come on down. Let's turn the hip flexors off to help the mechanics of breathing by heel-toe your feet out a little wider than your hips, and then drop your knees towards the center line. Okay, so the knees may or may not touch. right? So just allow you to be comfortable. If that's not working, always come back into something that is more beneficial for your body. Okay, so here's that 4-6 pattern where you inhale for 4 and you exhale for 6. Okay, so Patrick McEwen, the breathing expert, recommends this breathing pattern to bring ourselves back into a healthy rhythm of breathing. Okay, to your own count of 4, inhale, and exhale 6 when you're ready at your own rhythm. Okay, let's do 4 more patterns of that. Just light, slow breathing. Maybe sense the temperature of your nose as you breathe in. Maybe it's a little warm or a little cool. And as you breathe out, maybe you notice the warm air coming out of your body. Okay, let's release that breathing pattern. Let the knees come up to neutral, and then draw your knees up towards your body with one hand on each knee. Right, so if the diaphragm is the most important muscle of breathing, it has relationships, right? So it's the relationship to the psoas, or the lower back, which we're going to attend to right now, and also that tightness in the chest. So nice and easy, I call this scissor legs. Pull one knee in and push one knee away. The body will kind of rock with it, and then scissor from side to side. Right, so consider this a kindness that you're offering your body and your back. Right, notice how breathing just naturally becomes soft. Okay, turn your attention to your low back and sense the rhythm of moving from side to side. Right, take a few breathing cycles like that. Okay, release the movement, let the feet come down to the earth. Okay, take a soft belly in towards your navel area and feel the abdominals expand. And then as you exhale, exhale for 6 and feel the abdominals contract. All right, continue in that way. Okay, let's start to add a little bit of movement to that. Right, drop into your regular natural flow of breath. As you inhale, arch your back. Just notice the sensation at the low back. And then release it slowly back into neutral. And repeat that one more time. Okay, when you finish that movement, pull both knees into your chest. And this time when we find that scissor legs, let the legs go a little wider. And then just notice how the sensation of the body changes. right? So that somatic movements are about tuning in, experiencing the body, right? Moving in a gentle way. And when we do that, it allows our nervous systems to regulate so we can bring ourselves back into balance emotionally and physically. Okay, let the feet find the earth again. This time we're going to integrate that breathing pattern, that 4 and 6, with that back flatten. Okay, so inhale for 4 and simply feel the belly soften, all right? So diaphragm moving down. And then exhale for 6 as you're flattening your back and experiencing the body contracting and releasing all the air up and out. Okay, and repeat that one more time. Soften for 4. And contract for 6. And release the pattern. Okay, notice the weight of the body on the earth, maybe the sensation at the low back. And now we're going to come into a variation of a pelvic tilt, but if you can think of it as the clock as just 3 and 9. Okay, so let's start at the right hip, press through the right foot, and then roll to the left hip as you lift the right hip up just a little bit, and then roll it back down. Okay, do that a couple of times. Right foot press, roll that right hip, and return. Okay, pause in the middle, just take a breath. Now let's take that same movement from the left foot. So press through the left foot, roll to the right hip, lift the left hip, and roll back. Okay, do that a couple of times, right? And start to notice the sensation in the body from one side to the other. Does one hip roll more readily than the other? Right, so for me, my right hip is a little stickier, where we learn to observe our bodies without judgment or criticism, just becoming aware of what's here. Okay, drop back into center, hug both knees into your chest. And then pause in this position. Can you drop into stillness for a moment here? Right, what's the sensation in the body? Breathe. Even though the body is in hip flexion, see if you can deepen your breath by sending the air into the back of the lungs and a little bit deeper where that gas exchange happens, deep into the lungs. Okay, nice and easy. Lower it down. This time, let the left leg roll all the way out to the bottom of the mat so you're opening up through the hip. And we're going to come through that same half hip lift on the right. So press through the right foot, roll that right hip up, and the weight shifts over to the left. You're going to notice that the right shoulder comes up. Just let that happen. And then roll it back. Okay, so find a natural rhythm. It's a movement, right? So somatics are not a stretch or a strength. They are a whole body organization movement. So just let your whole body participate in however it wants to. And this idea that we can move in a gentle way and kindness. So maybe just smooth it out, maybe slow it down if that's you. Okay, let the pelvis roll back into neutral. Slide that left foot back in. And then let's return to that expanding, contracting breath. So inhale for 4. As you exhale, firm your lower back, press through your legs, empty out for 6. Okay, 2 more like that. Soft. Contract. And as you release into the inhale, feel the muscles releasing the tension. So finding the balance of letting go. And then slide the right leg out. Okay, anything that feels good with your arms as you explore pressing through that left foot, rolling that left hip up and rolling the weight to your right hip. And then smooth the movement out as you rock back and forth. Right, notice the shoulder lifts. Okay, maybe the head rolls. Okay, come back into neutral, draw that other foot back in. Okay, just one round of 4 and 6. Feel the expansion as you breathe in. Feel all those supporting muscles of the diaphragm contract as you breathe out. Soften. Okay, let's take a gentle twist. So drop the knees over to the right. And if this position doesn't feel comfortable in your body, you lift up the left knee just a little bit, right? So just find a comfortable twist here. We're going to dovetail this twist into a little bit of core support. Okay, so nice and easy. Feel yourself breathe to your abdomen. And as you exhale, draw all your abdominals in and imagine lifting your chest up. Okay, do that 2 more times. Soften. Explore your deep core connection from the center, so feel solid as you draw your abdominals in and think about lifting the chest without lifting the chest. Notice how that deepens that muscular chain. And then just simply rest in the twist here. Let all that tension go. Right, so the balance of work and rest. Okay, let the knees come up to center. Pull both knees into your chest. Come back to that light scissor pattern, and then just move in a way that offers your lower back comfort, kindness, care. Okay. Once you start to feel that lower back soften again, let the feet come down. Knees drop over to the left. Okay, so what's the felt sense in the body with this position? Right, making any adjustments so that the body is a little more comfortable. And then let's start that breathing pattern. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract your abdominals. Think about lifting your chest without lifting your chest. And soften into the breath. Right, notice what muscles are contracting as you breathe out. You might be able to access feeling that psoas muscle right at the hip. Okay, let's release out of that breathing pattern. Draw the knees back into neutral. Interlace the hands behind the head. And then let's have 3 core head lift movements. Okay, inhale softly into your belly. Exhale, flatten your back, lift your chest up maybe 1 inch, keep your chin in neutral. Okay, so once you lift, feel that deep core connection and take another breath here. All right, so just notice where your breath goes. When you're ready to inhale, release it down. Feel all the muscles soften. Give it time to soften. Okay, find your rhythm. 2 more. All right, notice how the breath becomes light here when you hold. All right, light, slow breathing. Remember to relax when your body comes back down to the mat. And when you feel completed, release your arms out by your sides and then a light windshield wiper movement. And keep the windshield wiper maybe in towards the midline, right? Like you're folding a shirt. One knee to the middle, the other knee to the middle. And maybe you can connect to that light pumping in the abdominal area, right? Where you're moving in internal rotation with that femur bone. Okay, we're going to get ready to shift to child's pose. Okay, so allow yourself to take time and move to that position. Okay, so sense the felt sense of the body here. Right, stretching out the low back, releasing the head towards the earth. Okay, so we're going to start to introduce some flowing or rhythmic movements. Reach your hands a little bit forward. And then when you're ready to inhale, draw your chest forward and your pelvis downward comfortably. So it's a variation of, say, up dog, and then shift your weight back. All right, so allow the opening to arise as you're greeting opening through the abdomen area. All right, so I'm taking care of my lower back today, so I'm not going to drop my pelvis very low. Just allow yourself to enjoy the movement. Okay, we're going to get ready to rest, and this time we're going to rest in a variation of downward facing dog. Okay, so find balance in your dog. Do you prefer to have your knees bent? Do you prefer to have your head lifted above your heart with your head relaxed? Right, so find the balance in this pose that suits your body. And then drop into 3 breathing cycles, right? Soft, light, and low. Okay, there's somewhere around 3. Return to child's pose, and then come back to that rhythm of shifting back as you inhale. And as you exhale, shift forward. Okay, one more time. Take a neutral spine. Maybe you drop into child's pose, or maybe you want to enjoy another downward facing dog. And turn your attention to your breathing. In through your nose, out through your nose. Right? So with that lung organ, they call the nose the doorway to the lungs. Right? So your nose is really that first line of defense, protecting the lungs. Right? So protecting from infection, bacteria. Okay. If you're in downward dog, move to all fours. Same with child's pose. And let's start with a little bit of lunging out to the side. So step your left leg wide and out to the side. And if you'd like to use the blocks here, it's listen to your body. And this is a rhythmic movement. So bend the knee out to the side, shift your body forward. Okay, and then shift your pelvis backward in a way that feels good. Maybe it goes on a diagonal, maybe it goes straight back. Okay, and feel yourself move. Notice the body sensation. Okay, the next time you shift out to the side, pause there, and I'd like to introduce the contraction. So while you're in this hip opener, right, think about that femur bone at a diagonal, press through your foot and squeeze on your leg muscles on the left. Okay, just notice where you feel it. You might even start to feel it wrapping around the gluteal muscles at the pelvis, at the buttock. Okay, just keep squeezing and firming those muscles. Okay, now soften all of those muscles. Shift back into the hamstring stretch now. Okay, notice, does it feel a little different than before? Right, you might be able to relax a little deeper into it by creating a little bit of tension and then releasing the tension. Okay, return to that all four shape. Drop into your natural rhythm for 2 rounds of cat and cow. Feel yourself breathe and move. And then when you feel ready, step that right leg out to the side. And then explore the movement, right? Shifting the weight forward and shifting it back. Right, so our brains are really quite amazing. We have mirror neurons, right? So when we have opening, we've already done the opening on one side. The brain will translate that to the other side. Right, so in general, if you have a particular side of the body that's tight, start on the other side so it gives you the benefit of opening even before you've come through the movement. Okay, notice what you notice about this side. And then the next time you shift forward into that lizard variation, let's introduce that contraction isometrically. So press through your foot, squeeze on your thigh muscles. Okay, see if you can get it all the way back to the gluteals. All right, so for this one, I felt the chain on the inside of the leg way before I felt the chain at the right buttock area. All right, so just notice. Keep pressing through that foot. All right, notice if you're breathing in and out through your nose. I notice when I get a little stressed, sometimes I start mouth breathing, so just notice. Okay, now soften that contraction. Feel your body soften. And now shift back into that hamstring stretch. And what do you notice about this now? Just notice the insertion behind the knees of the hamstrings. Right? Maybe it's a little tighter there, or maybe it's tighter at the top of at the pelvis. And stay curious about the body. Right? That experience leads to understanding. Okay, slowly come out of that shape back to all fours, and then 2 rounds of your natural flow through cat and cow. Okay, and then when you've finished, let's move to standing. So in this standing position, let's drop right into a Feldenkrais movement, and it's a heel bounce. So just lift the heels up a little bit and then just bounce the heels. And what do you notice about your posture? Right, I notice my back is a little tight. Okay, drop into your mountain and take a soft breath. Okay, so here's the rhythm. Inhale, bend knees, dip hips, reach your arms forward, pull the shoulder heads forward. Then as you exhale, place the palms on your thighs as you shift your tailbone back. Inhale, run your fingertips down your shins into a forward fold. And then when you exhale here, feel the abdominals squeeze in, maybe even lift on the pelvic floor. And take another breathing cycle here. Just softly in, low lungs. And full breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, place your hands on your knees. So be in that halfway position. Exhale, swing your tailbone a little bit forward, reach your arms forward, so you're back into that Utkatasana chair pose, shoulders forward. And then inhale, return to standing. Okay, come back to that heel bounce. Now just notice where the vibration goes in your body. Okay, come into standing awareness. Any tension or tightness in your body. Okay, let's begin again. Inhale, bend knees, dip hips, reach your arms forward, pull your shoulder heads forward. Exhale, palms on your legs, swing your tailbone back. Inhale, run your hands down your shins, move into a forward fold. Okay, exhale fully here. And then let's return back. Inhale, palms above the knees, bend the knees. Exhale, shift the tailbone forward, come into that reaching arm chair. And then inhale, return to standing. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of balance into the movement. Shift your weight over to the left leg, put a little bend in the knees, and then lift the right knee up. Okay, so starting in a little bit of balance. Place it back down, come back to the standing tall place. Bend the knees, shift your weight over to the right leg, lift the knee on the left. And lower it down. Just simply notice which side you have more balance on. Once again, come into that little heel tap and see if you can relax your body a little bit more. Okay, let's start to string some stuff together. Inhale, bend knees, dip hips, reach your arms forward into a chair. Exhale, palms on your knees, swing your tailbone back. Inhale, reach down your shins into a forward fold. Feel yourself breathe here for a full cycle. Inhale, bend the knees, palms above the knees. Exhale, swing your tailbone forward, reach your arms forward. Inhale, return to standing. Okay, exhale, shift your weight over to the left leg, pull the knee up on the right. Go slow, so give yourself some time to find the balance. Now, slide that foot behind you in a warrior one stance. Place your hands at the crest of your hips. Okay, now let's turn our attention to that chest area where the lungs reside. Pull both elbows forward, pull your shoulder heads forward, and exhale. Inhale, pull both elbows back, open up the chest. Okay, do that a couple of times. Make the movement manageable, pleasant. And then pause here in this warrior one. Press through that left leg and lean forward just a little bit. Concentrate on pressing through that leg. Feel all the muscles wrap to the bones in that front leg. If you'd like to add the chest opener, maybe you interlace the hands behind and pull the shoulder blades back. All right, just find a manageable movement of the chest. Okay, soft breath in. Breathe out for 6. One more. Release the chest opener, lift your head, step forward. And let's begin again. Inhale, bend knees, reach your arms forward. Exhale, swing your pelvis back. Inhale, release into a forward fold. And relax here for a breath. Next, inhale, bend in, hands on your knees. Exhale, swing the pelvis forward, reach your arms. Inhale, return to a tall place. Feel your posture. Okay, shift your weight over to the right leg. Lift the left knee, go slow. Okay, once you feel like you're balancing, then slide that left leg behind you into that warrior one leg. Hands at the crest of the hips. And here we go. Elbows forward, pull the shoulders forward, exhale. Inhale, pull the shoulders back. Breathe in. Continue. All right, so let your breath be what you're focused on. And the next time you inhale and open the chest, lean forward. Okay, start to turn your attention to your right leg. Press through that right foot and contract all the muscles of the right leg. All right, give yourself some time to engage the chain. All right, see if you can feel your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your gluteal muscles. If you like that chest opener, interlace and pull the shoulders back. Breathe. Okay, release the contraction, lift your head, release your arms, step forward. Okay, notice your posture now. Bounce the heels. Right, and let the body relax into the vibration. And then pause in stillness. And now notice if any sensation has changed in your body. Okay, let's step to the back of the mats to give yourself some room. So step to the back of your mat. And this is that Jivamukti Isis balance movement. Anything you want to do with your hands, I think I'm going to place my hands just maybe on my hip bones or out to the side. Okay, so here's where it starts. Shift your weight into your left leg and lift your right knee up. It doesn't have to be very high. Okay, point the toe forward, just hover it over the floor. And then shift your weight into the ball of the foot, place the foot down, and then lift the back heel. And then nice and easy, put a little bend in both knees, right? Go to a comfortable place, doesn't have to go very low, just experience your body. Okay, bring it back up and shift your weight back and step back. Okay, I noticed I went right into mouth breathing when challenged with that stress. So again, breathing in and out through the nose lightly. Same leg, let's do that 2 more times that side. When you're ready, shift and lift. Okay, lengthen out through the leg. Foot comes down, shift forward, lift both heels, bend both knees. And return back. Okay, be curious about how you're moving and balancing. One more. Okay, pause in standing. Notice how your posture is now. And then let's take 3 rounds with the left leg. So shift to the right, lift the left, and begin. All right, so I notice on this side there's a lot more wobbling going on. Just becoming aware of the patterns in the body. Okay, when you finish, stand tall. All right, just notice your body, notice your posture. And then let's return for one seated position. So come down onto the mat. And let's have a comfortable cross, lifting the chest, and then twisting over to the left. Breathe. And release, twist over to the right, and simply tune into nose breathing, and then watching your diaphragm move in a functional way as you breathe. Okay, nice and easy. Release the twist. Come straight down onto the mat. Okay, once again, pull both knees in, hands on knees, and find that comfortable scissor movement. Notice yourself breathe. Okay, release both feet down to the earth. Take a breath into your body. And this time, as you exhale, flatten your back into the mat and lift both shoulders up off of the mat, right? So it's a little kind of like a C shape here. And then soften everything into neutral. Relaxing the chest muscles, releasing the shoulders down. Right, so those tight muscles in the chest also interfere with breathing. Okay, one more time. Take a soft breath in towards the navel. Exhale, firm your lower back, pull your shoulder heads up. Right, notice where the sensation is. And relax it down. Okay, now we're going to combine a couple of things. Slide your right leg out. Interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale, take a light back arch. As you exhale, firm your lower back into the mat. Head lift, so lift your chest just a little bit. Lift your head just a little bit. And then option to lift that right leg if that's comfortable for you. Okay, wherever you are, breathe one cycle. Notice how the breath turns light when we're working. Lower it all down. Feel yourself take a full inhale here. Okay, switch legs. Starts with a little back arch as you inhale. Exhale, firm, low back. Head lift with your chest. Use your deep abdominal muscles. And then lift that left leg if it's appropriate. Okay, light breathing here, one round. Lower it all down. Release your hands by your sides. Slide that right leg out. Okay, just notice how your body feels. Okay, maybe close your eyes or soften your eyes. And then return yourself to the temperature at the nose as you breathe in and out. Okay, drop your attention to your shoulders. Pull both shoulders off of the mat. Squeeze them as if to touch each other. And then slowly release that tension down. Feel the muscles relaxing. And then turn your attention to your navel. And simply notice your breathing at your navel. Let the body grow heavy or the bones grow heavy. And experience the lightness of your breath at the same time. And just allow your thoughts to flow, to come and to go, without getting attached to any of the stories. And relax here for another minute. Okay, call yourself back to your body with a deeper breath. Notice. Okay, and if you'd like to join me with closing class with 3 chants of Om, come to a tall seat. Right, this beautiful practice of yoga that allows us to be in the present moment experience of our body, it really keeps us out of the past, rumination, and worry of the future, right? The place of being here now to attend to what is here now. Okay, formulate an intention to take with you and prepare. Om. 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 The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.